facility available, and frankly I found this is one of the best facilities to have an event like this. Yesterday evening there was an event with the Boys and Girls Club, which I had the opportunity to attend, and unfortunately being in a gymnasium cafeteria, the acoustics were not as good as this. So all of you just make sure the people in the back can hear you, and we'll go from there. You know, speaking of the Amgen tour and the effort that goes into that, or the Lake Tahoe Marathon, these people are running a marathon. They are doing event after event after event, between coffee and fried chicken and everything else. And they're answering the same questions again and again, which they will get some questions today that they answered last night, but they need to understand, which they do, this is an entirely different audience. So to you it might be repetitious, to the audience it is not. So I appreciate that. So just what we're going to do is, the format will be a 1-minute introduction, and there are opportunities. You can look at these people's websites and so on to learn more about them if you wish, and afterwards chat with them personally. Questions asked will be an opportunity for 2 minutes to answer each question, and I did borrow from the police department a taser gun. You will be getting go over that. I guess with that,
don't tase me, bro.
I don't think the wire's quite that long. So with that, what we've done is created 2 questions from the Lodging Association, 2 questions from the realtors, and then we're going to do something different that probably isn't going to happen in any other forum, and that is that each one of you will be given the opportunity to ask any of your other competitors a question, and only that competitor can answer. Could be about a position they've taken or whatever, but it's an opportunity to create some spontaneity that isn't all of the bread and butter, you know, answers that often, you know, come out. So I have no idea what the questions will be or what the answers will be, and it should make an interesting finish. And then, given time, you know, the audience will be able to ask some questions also. So with that, let's begin. And I guess, do you mind being the first person?
No. Hi, I'm Doug Chahovich, resident 26 years. I have 2 children I've raised up through the years here in South Lake Tahoe. People ask me why I have run for city council, because over the years I've seen our town, in my opinion, go downhill. I love living up here. I love the community. I'd like to see a lot of improvements made. And it's at this time, over the years, I've helped with a lot of people coaching and reffing their soccer teams, softball teams, and I want to move up and work with the adults and trying to make improvements over the community. And I actually really love politics, and it's fun to get involved. So I want to thank you guys for having us here today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alice Jones, and I'm a certified public accountant, and I'm also the controller of the Tahoe Keys Property Owners Association. I've had a chance to speak with many of you over my time at the Tahoe Keys, working with you on escrow demands and such, and I'm very aware of the challenges that our community faces, not only in terms of the real estate market, but in terms of the entire economy and the budget. So I think that my skills as an accountant will really help our city in understanding the budget and balancing the budget, and in making sure that our funds are being spent in a way that's going to make the most difference for our community. And there's always difficult decisions to make when it comes to how you're going to spend your funds, but we need to look at the long term, the future of our community, and we need to look and make sure that the money that we're spending wisely, and we're getting the most benefit from it. I've worked with the homeowners of the Tahoe Keys. You know, we are a small city over there. We have 1,530 homes, and there's 11,000 in the city. So we're in many ways similar. We're dealing with aging infrastructure over there. We're dealing with aging properties over there. And, you know, it takes a long-range vision and planning to improve those properties. And we have to look at the overcapacity we have in the rental market. And we have to look at all of these things in conjunction together as a big picture when we go forward with redevelopment and different decisions that we're going to make. So I think my experience as an accountant will add a different aspect to the council, and I would really appreciate your vote on November 2nd. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Adrienne Gooch, and I've been a resident for 35 years, and I am I've been married for 39 years. I worked for the city for 18 and a half years. And to me, that shows commitment to what I care about. I was also a small business owner. So I have that experience as well. My husband's a self-employed painting contractor, so I have that experience as well. Working for the city and being a private business owner has given me a very unique, advantageous experience that I can bring to the office. I know what it takes. I know how much time it takes to be a council member. I know the ins and the outs, the goods and the bads, and I'm willing to take it on because I care for the community. This community has done so much for me and my family. It's my turn to do something for the community. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Steve Cubby. We've been doing these speeches so long, I tend to forget who I am.
I told you to stay away from those brownies.
That said, and a powerful breakfast under my belt, I am Claire Fortier. I have been a passionately committed citizen of South Lake Tahoe for 17 years. I won't run down my biography. I'll ask you to go to fortierfortahoe.org and check me out. However, we are at a crossroads in this community. We're at a tipping point. We can either do things as we've always done it and basically go nowhere, or we can re-envision an economically and environmentally sustainable community. It's a big vision, and it requires a uniting of the community to get there. Fortunately, we already have many of the plans in place. What we need to do first is to fix the problem in the city. Fixing the problem in the city is fixing the problem in city government and council. We need to listen, we need to be respectful, and we need to be accountable. The second thing we need to do is to focus on those things that we can achieve immediately. We need to help small businesses be able to not just survive, but thrive in this town. We need to fix the things we've already started. And we need to make sure we keep an open and an accountable government. And finally, we need to focus. That focus is on the bigger picture, which is an ecologically balanced tourist destination and top-flight recreation destination. Those are what I'd like to see done in our town, and I'd like to be part of the leadership, so I'm asking you to vote for me on November 2nd. Claire Fortier, by the way, in case you know.
Well, I am Steve Cubby. Last I checked. I apologize for the suit. I've got a business meeting after this. I am CEO of KPAL, Cubby Patents and Licenses. We hold the only patents on pharmaceutical medical marijuana. We're developing FDA-approved medicines, which we believe will save 150,000 lives a year. It's a very high-energy, high-stakes business, but I've taken time out of that to try to do something for my community. I have been involved in Tahoe for over 20 years. I was at North Star, where I served on the board of directors, and let me tell you, while I was there, we had a terrible problem there with our roads. We had terrible potholes, and we had no money. And I went through the county funds, and I found reserve funds for snow removal. That was during the dry years. We didn't need that money for snow removal. I said, hey, you're the road guys. Can't we just take that snow removal money and put it into fixing our potholes and paving our streets? And I'm here to tell you that we were able to get every pothole repaired, every street paved, just with reserve funds that people had forgotten about that were sitting in the county treasury. I think that's the kind of out-of-the-box approach that we need to take here, because you can't have a world-class resort when you have third-world roads, pathways, and bike paths. So we have to get back to the meat and potatoes. We have to get back to the infrastructure, but at the same time, we need to put people back to work. And I've run Ski West magazine. We were #1 in 7 countries. I was on the front page of the Wall Street Journal of 2009, July. I think I have a pretty good head for business, and what I see going on is we've got a lot of people with pent-up demand to get their place is improved. We've got a lot of workers, tradespeople, contractors that are out of work. Let's get them together. The only thing that's keeping them apart is the TRPA, and later on today, I'm going to show you a smoking gun that tells us that the city, not the TRPA, has the authority to handle these things. Thank you.
I'm Joy Curry, and it seems that it's a prerequisite to say how long you've lived here. So I've only lived here for 7 years, but in the last 6 years, I've been actively involved in city government and regional government. A little bit about me personally. I'm married to Dan Norum. My daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter live here in South Shore, and we're proud to call Tahoe home. I am currently the vice chair of the South Lake Tahoe City Planning Commission, and I'm finishing up my 4th year on that commission. That gives me knowledge of land use and sustainability to move the city forward to grow our economy. I also have 25 years of management and budgetary experience. I've taught at the community college level, and I've always been actively involved within my community. So I would be honored to have your vote on November 2nd, and I truly love the city of South Lake Tahoe. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Angela Swanson, and thank you all for giving us one more opportunity to speak with voters, for business owners in our community who may not get to vote but have an opportunity to talk to their clients, their customers, and their neighbors, and encourage participation in this election. I am running for this office because I can bring a level of experience that's very rare in Lake Tahoe. I have worked for over 20 years with state, federal, and local policy as a facilities planner, as a consultant, and as a grant writer. It's wonderful to have this opportunity to bring those skills to this community when we so desperately need it. Tahoe, like the rest of the country, is in a reset mode. What we were, we no longer are. It's time to be what we can be. And that's not hyperbole, that's reality, because we've all realized we can no longer proceed in the manner that we have. For instance, you all who are here are very aware of the dichotomy between the us and them, the visitor and the local. It's really about us. The us that's here permanently, the us that's here part of the time. And how do we make this economy, Dave, is there a problem? Oh, okay. I have to read it, I'm so excited. But as we look forward, it is, how do we move this community forward? It's by dealing with transportation issues. It's by supporting tourism in a meaningful way that provides long-term legs for visitors to continue moving to this community and being part of us. It's also tied into improving our infrastructure, which is one of our biggest hindrances to becoming that first-class destination we'd like to be. Thank you.
Top of the morning, I'm Tom Davis, and you can figure out how old I am. When I came here, I was taller, I had hair, and it was blonde. I've been here since 1971, came here to ski one winter, raised my family here. My son I'm very proud of. JT is my campaign manager, also a deputy sheriff, Douglas County, so be careful when you're speeding through Douglas County. The reason I'm running this time, I left, by the way, in 2004, 6 years ago. That's a lifetime in politics. The grand jury report, and a lot of citizens approached me and said, Tom, you know, we need you back. We need your expertise. You were there for many years, and we got things done. I'm going to bring that expertise and experience back. I can hit the road running. I already know how the process works and how it doesn't work, and that's very important. But this community has been in my heart. I'm on the board of directors of Christmas Cheer, by the way. We're feeding over 1,000 people a month now on Christmas Cheer. That's sad. Also, I'm on the Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care Board. And that's, as you know, we rehab and release animals. Very proud of this community and very proud of all the folks in here, and we are a world-class destination. I want to put that expertise back to work for you. Website, Tom Davis, #4, SLT.com. Thank you.